It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. And this is Neeley rocking with you on another Saturday night. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard something from Axl Rudy Pell with Fly to the Moon. And we just heard some Tim Ripper Owens there from the Beyond Fear release. Coming at you, and coming at you on the mic in Studio B is my friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
What is up, sir? How we doing?
Are you ready to do this thing again?
I am. I'm in a feisty fucking mood, and I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what? I've been kind of buzzing all week. I haven't done this in a while, and I listened back to a few of the segments from the show last week just because, you know, things just kind of went so off the rails in the last 2 hours of the show that, goddamn, that show was funny.
Yeah, we were okay last week.
Yeah, I know. That whole, the power of the puss is a curious thing was a really good segment. And it wasn't, I don't even know that it was so much you and I, as so much as the contributions from the fans.
Sure.
And just the wackiness of it all. But that was a funny segment.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. That was definitely the highlight of last week, to say the least. It's the one I got the most emails and comments and you know, texts and stuff from, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I enjoyed that, so I was kind of looking forward to doing more show this week. Of course, I have no idea what this show is going to bring. I know that you got a few things lined up that you've got some input on, and possibly a guest tonight.
He's confirmed, actually.
Okay, I know how sometimes those things go, to where, you know, it's good intentions at the start, and then it was just like, oh, dude, I forgot I had this, or something like that.
Well, I talked to him an hour ago.
Okay.
And he's in, and he gave me a Skype ID, so he's in.
All right, sounds cool.
So John Levin allegedly will be in at 11:30 Eastern time.
All right. So you headed out and went to see Doc, and you reconnected with those guys on Thursday.
I did.
And, you know, you spoke with John, and John showed some interest in just wanting to come on the show for shits and giggles.
Yeah, he just wanted to come on and you know, shoot the shit with us. And he said, he's like, well, I don't just want to come on and talk. That's fucking boring. He's like, what if I just bring my guitar and take calls from fans, and they can name a song, and I'll try to play the riffs. Like,
all right.
I was like, cool, you know.
All right. Well, we'll play a little game with John Levin. Yeah,
and now that we're doing the whole Skype thing and, you know, the video, that might be interesting. Viewing?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, you know, for those of you who like to watch the videos that are released through the week, for whatever reason you want to watch those, you'll get a little bonus this week, I guess.
Yeah, you'll get something that you won't even experience in the chat room.
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of just staring at Chris and I like mental patients and whatnot, at least you'll have someone else to focus in on.
That's right.
Looking at a shiny object.
Yeah, look at those guys. That's amazing. Oh, look, there's another guy in there. Cool. Wow, there's 3 of them now. Whoa.
Yeah. Now, aside from the logistics of it, just from the streaming aspect of it, do you like the side-by-side Skype video, or do you like the other one where it toggles back and forth?
I like the other one.
Yeah, I do too. I just wish it wasn't so cumbersome.
Yeah, if it wasn't, and I would imagine if we went back to it and me and you just did it, it would work out fine.
Yeah,
you know, because we would get used to it. But I mean, I'm using the technology we have, and we have 2 options. We have the Skype one, and we have the Google Hangouts, and both have positives, both have negatives. The Skype is easy as fuck, you know. I mean, it really is, but I like the way that the whatchamacallit, the other one works.
Yeah, it toggles between you and I based on voice or noise or sound.
Right. I like that one better, but I don't like the fact that I got to have Google's fucking watermark on every goddamn video.
Yeah.
I could cover that. I could cover that with some layering and shit that now that I actually have some fairly decent lighting, I'm going to start doing the whole green screening. I'm gonna what you're looking at right now with me is not what will be posted.
Right.
What will be posted will be me with kittens behind me or something tomorrow.
Right, exactly. Well, this camera, this studio camera that I recently purchased, just because we decided we were going to treat the fans at being able to look at us. This thing comes with a built-in chroma key.
Sure.
So I don't need it, but if I did, it's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm going to answer Dry Hand Dick in the chat room. Can YouTube Live be done again? Sure, it could, but it's not going to be.
Yeah.
It distracts from the show. And it did. When we did it, it did exactly what I didn't want it to do, which is why we're not doing it.
Yeah.
It got people calling in saying, hey, what's that behind you? Or you're a fat piece of shit. Or you dye your hair. Everything we don't want. We don't want to fucking get a bunch of dickheads that see it on YouTube and go, oh, look at you fucking fucks, and don't pay attention to the show. It's not what we want.
Yeah.
So
and not only that, but we run the risk of getting booted.
Yeah, there's that too.
From
that
YouTube because of the copyright or the language or the subject material. Everything these days is just under scrutiny.
Exactly.
So that, God forbid you utter a word that is just forbidden and you'll get booted.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's just easier to do it this way. I take the segments, I put them on BitChute. I'm probably going to start putting them on Daily Motion. And, and I'm actually, you're going to laugh at this. I haven't talked to you about this, and I'm just going to tell you up front, feel free to tell me, no, you don't want to do this, because it was something I meant to talk to you about, but now we'll talk about it.
All right, why not? Let's just air the behind-the-scenes shit for the CMS kids to listen to.
What do you think about me setting up a PornHub channel and having our videos on PornHub?
Well, is that something that people would want to see?
I think our fans would.
Well, I get. Well, again, I don't care one way or the other. I just don't understand the relatability there, because would that gain an audience for people who are obviously on Pornhub for the reason of looking for porn, but they find our channel instead?
I honestly think that it would on some regards, and I also think it would be really good if we had a channel like that, because then we could do some of the, when people put shit in the chat room or whatever, we could fucking throw it into the videos.
Okay.
Some of the real sick shit could be part of, we could actually make the chat room a little bit more of, of the video experience.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, again, that would be a logistics thing you would have to work out, because I got my hands full over here.
Oh, no. I know how to do it. It's, I would just set up a channel. They actually have channels, and there's actually other people that are doing non-porn things. And that's how I found out about it. Was
okay.
Toomey sent me an email this week about some bass player that dumped YouTube for the exact reason that we're talking about, because YouTube censors everything. And, he was getting his shit censored. So he went to Pornhub thinking, well, nothing's going to get censored there. And, when you think about it, nothing is going to get censored on Pornhub.
Well, of course not. But, again, I'm not objecting to it at all. I'm just trying to understand how or why anyone would look at our channel if they're there, obviously, for other reasons.
Well, I wouldn't use it as our only channel, but I would definitely... We could definitely put everything up without any worry at all. That's the thought.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hugely trafficked thing, so people might stumble across this or that or whatever, and and then find the show that way.
Right.
It's just a thought. It's a thought, and I was like, as soon as I saw the article about this bass player guy, I was like, cool.
So what does he offer that's controversial? What does he do?
He does bass stuff, but he's a guy that's, he's like one of those regular honest dudes that talks about his shit, his politics, his opinions, etc. I don't know. I didn't watch any of his videos to find out. I just saw in the article that he had a Pornhub channel, and I was like he replaced YouTube and the YouTube monetization with Pornhub and the Pornhub monetization.
Okay.
And so I started looking at it, and I was like, well, I could put I could embed the Pornhub videos into our website without all the porn. It doesn't have to be all porned up.
Right.
Just like I have right now. Like if you look at the chat room, you have the videos on the right side of the segments each week. I could put those there, and Pornhub is a much more stable, video platform than BitChute is.
Right.
My big concern with BitChute is I don't know how it's going to stay in business. Taking millions of videos a week and, no advertising and nothing to make money for them. I don't know how they stay in business. That's my fear.
Yeah, of course.
Pornhub is never going away. Porn will always have life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do watch quite a few, videos on YouTube, mostly commentary stuff.
Right.
I watched that Sticks and Hammer guy, and,
Sure.
I obviously watched Jericho Green and, various Adam Schroyer and all these
Sure.
guys. And, all I've been hearing for the last, I'm going to say the last 4, maybe 6 months, is that almost on a weekly basis, it's got to be careful with the content, got to be careful with what you say, got to be careful with the words. Mark Dice, I watch him, and it's just like, you got to be careful. And, I see these guys with a lot of traffic that get, hundreds of thousands of downloads or watches or views.
Sure.
And they don't rank, their ranking should be like at number 1 and number 2, but because of the algorithms that YouTube and the censorship that's going on over there, they're knocking them way down in the rankings, even though their viewership is far superior than the garbage that they put at the top, saying that this is the top video.
Yeah, well, that's, and if you ever want to do a side-by-side, and I mean, not with those guys, I don't know why those guys are not on, like, Daily Motion. Daily Motion, if you don't know, is what I believe is the number 2 largest video site.
Okay.
That you can upload to, and they're a whole lot less,
restrictive.
They don't take down much, and they even allow like porn and shit, but there's not a lot of porn on it. But if you come, I can't figure out why those guys don't go to that platform, except for the fact that it's not monetized.
Yeah, well, that might be it, because a lot of these people who do these videos, they do it, to shake the pan a little bit, and some people supplement their income, if not live off of their content that they put out there, So,
well, that's why what I'm thinking, what I've been starting to do, I started doing it this last week, is I put up 1 or 2 of our segments on YouTube this week. The ones that I was pretty sure were safe, like the pledge music thing. That was pretty safe for YouTube. So I put that there, and then I put in the description that, because of all the censorship horse shit, go sign up for our fucking BitChute channel.
Right.
If you want the entire show, go to BitChute. And that's what I'm going to start doing, is I'm going to start uploading a video, every day or 2 that just says, if you like these in the studio things, go to BitChute. Here's the link.
Right.
And try to build the audience that way. Or the new Daily Motion page that I set up or something. Probably Daily Motion, because that's just much more stable.
Well, I would have, well, I can't say that because I've actually had this concern for years, but I would have never thought I would see the day and age where this is now a concern.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. It's total insanity, but you have to play the game, and I think for us, it doesn't make sense to go too far on YouTube if we have other avenues.
Yeah, well, I agree with that.
Because the fortunate, and this is by luck, I think. It's not like this was some grand plan by you or I. But by luck, we built the audience for the CMS 100% without the thought of YouTube.
Yeah, well, and I agree, and I know that we always talked about never putting our eggs all in one basket.
Yeah, and we never have. And just like this, once this cropped up, what did I do? I immediately was out there, Gab and Reddit and BitChute, and now Daily Motion. I'm constantly moving stuff around to do best for us and not get snared in this fucking horse shit by these fucking queers that fucking hate, can't handle something that they don't like hearing.
Right. And the other thing is we never got into this for any money.
No, exactly.
And that also makes the huge difference, is because the people who are really taking a hit were making probably significant amounts of income from that. And we never did it, not even once, thinking, hey, maybe if we could get our videos monetized, we could make X amount of dollars. And that's never, ever been a priority. So for us to go to other avenues that are not monetized, it makes no difference to us.
Right, exactly. As long as we have Spreaker, we're good.
Yeah, well, I do pay for that every year, but it's so well worth it.
It is. And, I don't know, I know I didn't tell you this, but we got off, I guess it wasn't officially a suspension, but it was a demonetization for a month. Like, whatever it was for 30 days, and we came off of that.
Okay.
I didn't even bother remonetizing anything. I'm not going to bother with it, because for what I think what ends up happening, and I've seen it in some of those videos, especially that Hexenhammer guy, he talks about it a lot. If we remonetize, then they'll start scanning our stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know what? Fuck them. I'm just not going to do it. I'll just, so what? I can get $50 more a month or whatever it is for the fucking YouTube. Fuck you. Who cares?
Well, I see the Spreaker is paying a few bucks now.
Yeah, I guess. You know what? I should probably look and see how much they pay and give you some of that.
Well, I noticed the last payout was I think it was $250 or something like that.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, shit, then I owe you some money. Dude, I swear to God, because it's just one of those that just direct deposits, and I don't really look at Spreaker during the week at the numbers or anything. I never know. They don't send an email, do they?
I don't know, because I'm not on the list or anything. I mean, I'm not on any kind of a thing. It's just that when I go into the, the user settings and things, and see what's going on there, it's just like, oh, okay, I see that we made a couple of dollars.
Well, then I'll send you some cash. I honestly didn't know. I had no idea.
Well, again, it didn't start out to be very much, but I see it's growing, and it's just, again, it's not like, oh man, we're rolling in the dough here.
Yeah, well, it's a bill.
But it's just like, oh, okay, I guess we made a couple of dollars. It's just like, current balance $219, most recent payment $118.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
John, that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting Neeley out of the profits. That's what I'm doing. It's my secret plan to steal all the money and then quit the show.
All that big long green.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. Just sitting here collecting money.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see, if you add that up over, I think they pay I don't know what it is, if it's monthly. I guess it comes out to about $1,200 a year or something like that.
Look at that.
Yeah, it isn't a ton of money. It's just a few $100.
Yeah,
it's not a lot over a whole year's period.
Yeah, and that's for what? Is that those commercials on the end of the screen?
I don't know where that money comes from, to be honest with you, because I never really explored it that much, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it must be the commercials that they throw on the back end of it.
Yeah, it isn't a lot. I mean, I'm looking at the payouts here. Mm-hmm. So in January they paid out $118. In December it was $102, but then in November it was only $69, and then $61, $52, $60, $60, $50. So just in the last month we've topped over $100 in a month. Ooh. So that's what, $3 a day.
Yeah. Wow.
Woohoo!
Getting rich fast.
$3 a day.
No wonder I could afford all those fucking expensive concert tickets. $3 a day.
Yeah. Yeah, but then 500 of that goes right back into buying the yearly subscription. So
exactly.
Yeah. So whatever. I mean, as long as we have our outlet and people are still listening, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Well, I am going to PayPal you some money right now, sir. What do you think of that?
Oh boy. Hey now.
I'm going to make you feel rich.
Yeah, man. So anyway, it's, again, if it was about the money, we would have stopped doing this a long time ago.
Of course.
Because there is no money in what we do, and we know it. It's never been about the money. It's always been about the ha-ha.
Right. And so much of it. We're so hilarious.
I know. I was tuned into Kendall's show. She does her show on Wednesday, if you weren't aware. Sure. And she does Metal and Kendall. And I see, a majority of the people that pop in there on Wednesday, she uses the CMS chat room. I know you were in there last week, and I popped in here this week and, tuned in, and just, she does a real good job playing the tunes. I see the people in there. I wonder what Neeley and Chris will talk about this week. I can't wait for Saturday so I can find out what those guys are going to talk about.
See, Neeley, real quick, I'm showing you my phone.
Oh, look at that.
I'm sending you $100 right now.
Wow, how about that? Look at that. Cash.
Next.
Cash. I feel like Lucy when Charlie Brown drops that nickel in that can.
Right. And there it is. Sent.
I'm rich, bitch.
There you go. So go fuck yourselves in the chat room that I'm stealing money, you
cunts.
Stealing
money. Please.
Shut up.
Stealing money.
Dude, I honestly, I you know me, dude. I honestly don't pay attention to...
you know what? I didn't bring that up even for that reason. I'm just trying to, adding to the conversation.
No, I know.
That believe me, there's nothing in this.
No, I know that. There's neither one of us is ever going to do anything more than make a fucking internet payment with the money that we would ever raise from Spreaker.
Yeah, periodically I do get those emails, and, obviously our friend David Ortiz attempted to, do something with us late last year. Right. And it's just like, man, why aren't you guys making money? It's like, well, but this is the reason why.
Yeah. Because we won't conform.
Yeah.
You guys really want us to make money. Guess what? We're going to do the fucking Eddie Trunk show.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to have to do. Hey, everything's great. And don't say those words. And the F word said to the N, Well,
since we're talking about that.
Yeah.
In the bigger scheme of things, in the bigger picture.
Uh-huh.
What do you believe to be the reason? What's driving this censorship and this sensitivity and this, trying to tamp down this use of language and stuff? What do you think is who is behind this, and what do you think the reason for it is?
Soros control. For
what? I mean, how is somebody using the word faggot or using the word, any words?
It's not about that. It's about the mentality.
And what is the mentality that you need to? Everybody just needs to fall in line and conform.
Yeah, it's about if you say these words, then you're quote unquote the bad guy, and we can have power over you because you'll cower. Most people, not us, but most people will cower to not be labeled as the bad guy, so they will conform to whatever's being spewed at them as right, as the right thing to do. People are weak, dude. Somebody says, "Hey, you can't say faggot. You're sexist." What happens? Then immediately they're, "Oh no, I'm not. I have gay friends. I just had dinner with a gay guy last week."
Yeah.
They're backtracking like a motherfucker, trying to,
disprove the allegation.
Yeah. Well, what does that do? That now all of a sudden gives somebody else power over them.
I guess.
Don't make me bring up about when you said faggot. Don't make me bring that up with your boss. Don't make me take your livelihood from you. Don't let me take your job from you over this. It's a power broker thing, dude. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, one of the rising stars on the conservative side that I get a kick out of watching, and I know you don't really think much of her, is that Caitlin Bennett.
Is that one the InfoWars chick?
Yeah, the gun girl from Kent State.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I got to give it to her for her being as young as she is.
Mm-hmm.
She is really ballsy.
Yeah, she's got some guts.
Yeah, she gets in the middle of shit all the time. And I mean, she doesn't stammer. She doesn't stutter. She doesn't show any fear. Even when somebody is coming at her, or even attempts to even take a swipe at her.
Yeah.
You don't see her cower, or you don't hear any kind of shaking in her voice like she's afraid or anything, you know.
Well, I mean, she always does have that gun with her.
Well, but she goes to other she goes to other states where she can't carry. Yeah. You know, I mean, obviously she opened carries when she's in Ohio and she's on the Kent State campus, or even when she's gone down to Akron University.
Right.
Because I've seen some videos where she's got down to Akron University. And here's the ones that I don't get.
Mm-hmm.
It's these guys, these really faggy guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're just because a guy chooses to be gay or whatever, why do they have to use that affect on their voice? You know what I mean? Why do they do that? I mean, can't you be gay but not be lispy?
See, they think the exact opposite. They think a guy like you and I, we just like to flaunt our toxic masculinity.
Well, but the thing is, I saw her down there just interviewing people on the street, as it were, college kids. Hey, can I talk to you about blah, blah, blah? And this one kid, goes swishing by her going, just go away. Nobody here likes you. Just kind of like, stop it. You're hurting me. You know what I mean?
Oh, guys.
But it says, just go away. Nobody here likes you.
Mm-hmm.
So you speak for everyone.
Of course they do.
Nobody here likes you.
Of course they do.
Because I don't like you. Nobody does.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they're going to have a world of hurt in like 10 years. It doesn't matter now. They're fucking college kids. They have no responsibility, no rules, no nothing. They're going to get into real life, and they're going to realize that being a swishy fag doesn't work. That you got to fucking butch up and be like, nah, you can't fucking push me around, motherfucker.
Right.
I mean, think about it, dude. Think about any job you've ever been in. And don't think about yourself. Think about the people around you. The people that have been around you at any job you've ever worked that were those guys that you're describing right now, they were the guys that were always left behind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because those of us that are murderers that will absolutely kill to get ahead in business, we will fucking stomp right on their fucking face and laugh when they bleed.
Yeah.
That's just the way business works. Business is definitely, for carnivores, not for fucking vegans.
Exactly. Well, if you want to get a kick out of a girl who just has no fear at all, look on YouTube. Her name is Caitlin Bennett, Kaitlin, Caitlin Bennett. And when she's on the university campuses, whether it's Kent State or Akron U or something where they have open carry gun laws, she has her pistol strapped on.
Yep.
And it's in plain sight, and she'll walk up to people with a microphone and just talk to people and get their input on stuff. And boy, some of the backlash is just like, I didn't think you were this crazy. It's just like, I'm talking to you face to face. What makes me crazy?
Yeah. How dare you say that to me?
Yeah.
I'm due to not hear your rhetoric.
Right.
You owe me. You have to listen to my words, but I shouldn't have to listen to yours.
Right.
Stupid assholes.
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, boys, Lou from the Lou. I thought I'd bring a little toxic masculinity to your show.
Well, you did last week. You talked about finger banging a chick in your front seat.
Yeah, well, now we'll talk about mouthful of titties I got.
What's going on, Lou?
Well, you know, you're talking about, you're damn right, man. It's like these fucking, it's like The Walking Dead around here, all these faggots we got walking around here. My God, I'm so fucking sick of these pussy ass faggot motherfuckers.
Well,
where
do you see them? Where do you witness them?
Everywhere, dude.
Give me a little specifics here, just not this everywhere business.
In a bar?
Well, man. Well, for instance, I was at a Super Bowl party this past Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, was it at somebody's house? Was it at a bar?
It was at somebody's. It was at somebody's house, and this guy who's an acquaintance who I know he's a friend of the friend who was having the party. And you know, you're at a Super Bowl party. Who the fuck wants to talk politics at a Super Bowl party? You know, you're there to drink beer, eat food, and watch the fucking game. Nobody wants to talk politics. But this guy had to bring up fucking politics and had to bring up about how we need to take better care of the planet because we're just, we're just destroying it.
Well, wait a minute. Stop, Lou. How did that conversation even begin?
I made a smart ass. Well, made a comment we were talking about future plans and where we'd all like kind of like to be career wise and all that. And I said, well, according to our girl, I didn't say our girl there, but according to our girl AOC, hell, we only got 10, 12 more years left on Earth. So why are we even planning this far ahead in the future?
Right.
Well. Right off, well, apparently I must have offended this fucktard a little bit because he got a little bit offended that I would make fun of such a notion. That the world, how dare I not think the world's not going to end in 13 years because, we're treating the goddamn planet like a fucking toilet. And, we're all going to die because of the cow farting and our air travel and everything.
Now, did anybody else engage him in this conversation, or was it just you, or did you not say anything?
Well, of course, more people start chiming in about how we need. Yeah, you're right. We really do need to take better care, and we got to leave it in good condition for our children and their children. And there are some. We need to do this and do that. And I'm just sitting, like, what the fuck did I just start? Making off the cuff comment. Of course, this guy, he drives one of those Prius, and he's got solar panels on his house. So, he really thinks he's making a big fucking difference. And how dare you even think that there's no such thing as global warming? They just, these fucking faggots. And then, somehow it went to gun control. It went to fucking gun control. And here's your typical gun control proponent, Oh, I don't believe in taking away people's guns, but we do need to take away AR-15s and take away these guns and take away that guns. And it's like, exactly. You start off, I don't want to take away everybody's guns, but then you list off a fucking mile-long list of all the fucking guns you want to take away. I mean, and you're saying I'm living in la-la land because I believe people want to take away our guns? And of course, you can't have a conversation with these people, can't debate with them because all they debate with one word: racist, homophobe. And it's like, I'm not scared of faggots. I'm not scared of getting fucked in the ass by no homo. I just don't want to be around them. They got all the right in the world to fuck each other up the ass and, a mouthful of balls. I just don't want to be around it.
Right.
I just care less what two consultant adults do as long as they're not harming anyone else. Anyone else. Hell, fuck a ham if you want to fuck a ham, right, Chris?
Right.
All right, Lou. Obviously, this got under your skin a little bit. So, how did it end?
Oh, no, the conversation. I just felt like, I'm fucking outnumbered here. It's a party. This ain't the place to fucking get into it and start throwing punches and, kicking guys in their manginas, because apparently more people had manginas than they had, cock and balls at this get-together. And I just, maybe I pushed out, but I just like, this ain't the time and place. There were kids there, too, and stuff. It's like, I don't need to start a brawl in the middle of this Super Bowl party. Just, there'll be another time and place to get into this, and then that's when you take a crowbar upside their fucking head.
All right.
I mean that's all you can do with them, man. You can't do nothing else with them.
Right.
I mean, that's all they're good for.
Right.
So.
All right, Lou. Anything else?
Well, no. I'm just gonna go do some heterosexual things like drink full non-light beer and watch some good, good cock-sucking porno, girl sucking cock, and eat a damn beef hamburger out of a styrofoam container. So, and do my part to keep making America great.
There you go, Lou.
So, yeah. So, hail and kill. Fuck you, pal, and hand job.
There goes Lou.
There's Lou. He's pumped up.
He's a one man world over there. He's just surrounded by all kinds of people he doesn't want to be surrounded by.
Apparently so.
Poor Lou.
Yep.
But well, anyway, yeah. Just getting back to the whole censorship thing. It's just it's every week. Every week, I'm just seeing more and more of it. Just slowly, that vice is just tightening and tightening and tightening. It's like, well, so what is the end game here?
Well, it's gonna stop at some point. At some point, and it seems like people are starting to fight back, don't you think?
I would like to think that people would.
There's certain things that are indicators. One, it's great now. Like if you look in, like, and I know comments are no real indicator because people are fucking internet brave, but when it comes to real life, they're not as brave. But it does seem like the comments are more and more shifting to just shut the fuck up with your fucking whining.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems to be an overwhelming thing. And I saw an article today, and they were trying to make the leap, and it was definitely some right-leaning article online. So I took it for what it is. It definitely had a slant to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it showed that that Amazon cannot keep 1984 in stock, because people keep buying it and keep selling it out, which means that people are starting to wake up to the fact of everything gets sucked down that pipe.
Yeah, like this was predicted. It's like, what exactly was said in this 1984 story?
Yeah, exactly. So they're having trouble keeping the book for sale, which in my head, I thought of it two ways. They, of course, thought of it only as, see, it shows everybody's awake. Everybody's ready for the big war. Everybody's ready for the big race war.
Yeah.
And to me, it also, in my head, I was like, or Amazon's not buying as many copies. It could just be that too. They're not keeping as many in stock.
Yeah, but the censorship really, in my mind, is not a racially driven thing.
Oh, it's partly. Sure it is. Sure it is. It absolutely is.
How so?
Because you can't say anything about the only race you're allowed to make any comment at all about is the white male race.
Well, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But my point, I was looking at more of the bigger picture of just the content of any political stance, anything that's that a word that might be offensive. Mm-hmm. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything that's connotation of a race or anything. But yeah, I'll give you that it's perfectly okay to bash, the white males, but nobody else. Everything else is a protected class, and it's open season on white males.
Of course, dude. There was this video this week, and I was more active on Facebook, probably because I was pissed off all fucking week. But I was more active.
Well, what got you fired up this week?
I'll tell that story a little later.
All right.
That's a business story that I've been thinking I shouldn't tell on air, which means I'm going to tell it on air.
Okay.
But I have a real juicy business story.
It wasn't Juicy Smollett, was it?
No, but this rings into that story, kind of.
Yeah.
There was this video, and it's a chick, white chick, and I think the boyfriend might have been black.
Okay.
I think. I honestly, I don't know, because they only showed his back walking away. But he was trying not to fight with this chick. He's standing in a hallway, and his chick is just reading him the riot act about whatever. And she's, you motherfucker this, you motherfucker that.
Was it the one we talked about here on the show where she came out and he tried to walk away and she came out and just beat on him?
And just kept chasing him down the hall.
And so he finally took a swipe at her?
No, this is a different one. He never did.
Okay.
He walked all the way out. And did not take a shot at her. And I mean, she was beating the shit out of this guy. And I posted flat out, I said, if that was me, I'd have knocked her the fuck out. After the second time she hit me, she's no longer a chick. She's a combatant.
Right.
I'd have knocked her the fuck out, and I wouldn't have any shame at all in doing so. And instantly it's like, see, that's because you hate women.
Yeah, it's okay for her to beat on your ass, but if you were to check her, then that's because you hate women.
And the reason that, and I went right back to what I said before, what I've said on the show many times. The reason women do that is because they have no fear of getting smacked back.
Right.
It's the same reason that guys don't do that. A guy will only chest up on you if he thinks he can take you. No guys are chesting up on somebody that they think is going to beat their fucking ass unless they're drunk.
Right.
And then they still don't think they're going to get their ass beat because they've got drunken courage. They got that liquid courage going on. But guys don't do it because they know they'll get punched in the fucking face.
Right.
Chicks do it all day long because they don't think that they'll get punched in the face. You know what? Fuck you. I'll put up with it to a point because you're really not going to hurt me. But man, the first time you grab a weapon, or after like the second time when I try to get away and you stop, you clearly want the fight.
Yeah, you pursue me.
Yeah, you're pursuing the fight. So I'm going to give it back to you, and I'm going to knock the living hell out of you. I'm going to make you feel like you just got into a fucking car accident, you fucking cunt. Absolutely will. Sorry if that makes me hate women, then so be it.
Yeah.
You're all equal as far as I'm concerned. And I didn't know that you were identifying as a woman, so fuck you twice.
Right.
You're just a combatant. That's the identity I saw. Stupid whores.
But, if they pursue you and you're trying to walk away and they continue to pursue you and, beat on you or whatever it is that they're doing, I mean, what are you supposed to just let that stand and just let them do it?
Nah, you're supposed, I don't know what you're supposed to do. And I mean, I've had women hit me with shit with, I don't know if I ever told it on the show or not, but let me phrase this carefully. I had a woman who I will not identify hit me in the face with a laptop right after the show ended one night because she didn't like something I said on the show. She fucking wound up baseball style with a laptop.
Yeah.
Hit me in the fucking face. And I didn't knock her out. I should have. I should have fucking put her in the goddamn ground.
Yeah.
Stupid cunt.
Well, it is amazing to me that there are people in public, not necessarily in relationships, but just in public, feel that or believe that if you are representing something that they don't like or they disagree with, that they have every right to attack you.
Of course. And I'm going to answer Aspire in the chat room. If a woman identifies as a man, then can I hit him? Fucking right. If you're going to play mental fucking games with me and say, well, you got to treat me like a man, okay, I will. And there's a way I treat men that fucking disrespect me, and that's with a fist to the fucking face. If a woman identifies as Mina Caputo, would I hit her? If she hit me first, fucking right. I'm just saying it honestly. I don't care. At this point in the world, with all the fucking bullshit and Me Too and fucking I want to be classified as this and that, fuck you. We're all equal, and we're all subject to the same fucking behavior. That's how I treat everybody. You want to act like a fucking cunt? You want to act like you can come up against me? Then deal with my wrath, you fucking asshole. That's guy, girl, group, whatever. I will fight. Simple.
Yeah. Well, again, if somebody is going to outright physically attack you and you try to thwart it and you try to walk away and then they continue to do it, you got no other choice but to then, just knock them out.
Yeah, you got to fucking defend yourself any way you can. I find it interesting that people think, too, that if a woman draws on you with a gun, that you're not supposed to shoot them. Fuck that. What am I going to do? Die?
Yeah.
I'm going to die to what? To honor some honor code from the 50s?
Right.
Fuck you.
Right.
I'll put a bullet in your fucking head.
Yeah. If you're holding the gun on me and drawing on me, I'm going to draw on you.
Exactly right.
I don't care, man, woman, child.
I'm the same way. I don't care if it's a 7-year-old. 7-year-old pulls a gun on me, I'm going to shoot him.
Right.
I'm not going to die because he doesn't know what dying is. Fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, kid, maybe your brother will fucking do better. Fuck that.
Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
I'm offended. You haven't mentioned spastics getting hit.
Well, what happens, Tim? Has somebody hit you on purpose? They just attacked you?
Well, people think I got hit this week. You should see my face. I fell over.
Did you claim that it was a hate crime?
No, I'm really, you guys, all you guys want to talk about is able-bodied people. What about us?
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, it's not fair. I'll send Chris a photo. Hail and kill.
He fell over.
He
fell over on his face.
I wanted to ask Tim about that brilliant Motley Crue song. Maybe later.
Maybe later. Well, this is quite a way to get the show started off. Get a little rage going on.
Yeah.
Get the blood pumping. Get the adrenaline pumping.
Of course.
So good. All right. Well, we've blown through the first hour already, getting everybody riled up with the guns and the fighting and the, defending yourself. But I do see some of these videos out there where, especially with these ideologues out there and their marches and their causes and this and that, and some of these people go out there, obviously they're out there to antagonize them a little bit, but they're minding their own business for the most part. Mm-hmm. They're not getting in there and getting in their face and stuff. They just show up as, say, wear a Make America Great Again hat or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. What gives the right to someone to come up and knock that off your head?
Nothing. That's a whole nother one. Did you see that video of the woman, the guy he's sitting in a bar wearing a MAGA hat?
Yeah, and that girl comes up and I guess the police were there and saw her do it.
The police arrested her. That was nice.
Yeah.
They'd have probably arrested me too, because I'd have probably got up and punched her in the fucking head.
The guy's sitting there minding his own business at the bar, and he's just, and this girl, the woman who works there, she just feels she can just go over and do that because she doesn't like it.
Yeah. Don't you think we're just too nice now? I'm not really right centric. Like you're way more right centric than I am.
Right.
I'm a little more middle, but at the same time, it's like, I could give two fucks about a MAGA hat. I couldn't give a shit.
Well, I could give two shits if someone was wearing an Obama Biden hat or something from 4 years ago or whatever. Yeah. Why do I care?
But I will fight somebody to the death if they invade my space. Like that guy that got smacked in his head.
Yeah.
While she took his hat, I would have got up and thrown my fucking plate at her. I'd have hit her in the head with my fucking plate of food. And then when she came at me, I'd have punched her in her fucking face. Fuck that. You know, dude, the time, this is where we're at now. And the left is bringing that by thinking that they can just push people around.
Yeah.
People got to start standing up for themselves. Fuck, you know, even that guy, you saw that guy with his video and he's talking to us, see what happens?
Yeah, see what happens? I'm just sitting here and this girl just comes up and she just feels she's just in the right to be able to do that.
You know what I say to that guy? Stop being a bitch looking for a Facebook video and get up and fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
Make sure that she never feels comfortable doing it again, even if you end up doing a fucking night in jail over it. Fucking knock her out. Seriously, knock her the fuck out. Don't let her in your fucking space. Don't let her think that she's superior to you.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That other guy who does his own show too, that Tommy Sotomayor.
Mm-hmm.
He went to like a Hooters or something, and he was with a group of friends, and he was wearing a MAGA hat.
And they wanted him to leave?
No, the waitress over there, she did the same thing to him.
Took it off him?
Yeah, she came over and whipped it off his head.
Fuck that. She'd have gone down.
Well, you know, he went over and you know, he was running video because he and his friends were out celebrating something or another, and so he basically, you know, walked over there and asked her, you know, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera.
Tough shit.
He goes, well, let's see what your boss has to say about this. Where's your manager?
Yeah. See, I don't like that either.
It's like, I don't know why you're wearing that in here.
Yeah. Well, tough shit. This is none of your fucking business.
Well, again, it's this whole attitude. It's just like, well, if you're doing something I don't like or I disagree with, I have every right to attack you.
Yeah, no, you don't. Okay, and I have every right to defend myself with the fury of fucking God.
Right.
And I will. You know, I will absolutely fucking knock anybody out that gets in my fucking space.
Yep.
I fucking hate people, especially after this week. I hate people more than I've ever hated people ever after this week.
All right. Well, we'll take a break and we'll come back because I do have a hatred of people this week myself to tell.
All right. So we'll talk about hating fucking people.
Hail and Kill Call, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's John. What's going on?
Is this John Drake?
This is John Drake. Yeah.
Oh, John Drake. What's up, John Drake, my bestest friend and buddy in the world?
What's up, man? No, I had to call it because, like, you're talking about, like, this MAGA stuff and people that are, you know, butthurt and all this millennial crap. I was actually, I don't know if you saw this week, that news story where that famous World War II picture with the guy that had grabbed that lady and kissed her when the war was over and was announced Second World War II.
How sexist that was when they announced the end of World War II. He just more or less just out of sheer being ecstatic that the war was over, he grabbed a nurse and kissed her.
Yeah, and they have that statue of it, and someone spray painted #MeToo on it. And I saw the news article, and I was like reading, and I don't get into the commenting and stuff. I try not to battle people on that shit online because it's absolutely pointless. But there was some dude in there, and it wasn't even a woman. He's just pontificating about how awful it is, and I was like, dude. If you really think this is a problem, you and your children are fucking doomed. And he says to me, he says, well, so let me get this straight. So if some random guy just comes up to your wife and bends her over and kisses her, or maybe tries to slip in a digit or something, you're okay with that?
Slip in a digit?
Yeah, that's,
Who is he? Lou from the Lou?
Might have been, man. Might have been. But, yeah, so I commented back and I said, well, if it's the end of a world war, like the most, you know, heinous global conflict that's ever occurred, and, you know, killed millions of people, and, you know, all of a sudden it's over, we're celebrating, like, yeah, I don't care. You know, his response is literally, oh, so if it's just some big event, that's okay. And I'm like, dude, if you think winning war, yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I'm like, you are a stupid fuck. If you're gonna call the end of World War II a quote unquote big event, like you're just never gonna get it, dude. I said, quit trying to be the cool guy. Quit trying to be all progressive so that all the girls online are looking at you being all sensitive and shit. Like, fuck off, okay? Like, the woman herself said, yeah, I didn't know him, but I didn't care. We're celebrating the World War. So if she says she doesn't care, it's not sexual assault, fuckhead. Well, you don't get to decide what's sexual assault.
Well, John, for a guy who doesn't get online and argue these things, you seem to have a lot of points to make.
Dude, I have to admit I get sucked in sometimes, but mostly my arguing is reserved for, guys like David Lee Roth fans that say that Sammy sucks and all that kind of horse shit and Cleveland Brown stuff. But political stuff, I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, so I do not get into it. But that one was a little extreme.
You know how I avoid that? I'm not on social media at all.
That's the good
You
way.
say that, but you are. You comment so many times. Like, so I was on the CMS Facebook page. You keep an eye on it. You're a Facebook creeper, man. You can't deny it.
No, I look at what our fans are doing, but it's all show related stuff. It's not politics. It's not social justice shit. It's just like, it's my show. We do have a social media presence only through Chris's. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have one, but Chris likes that stuff, so I keep an eye on it every now and again, just see what's going on.
I just had to bust your balls because you say that all the time,
But
then you
I
always mention
personally,
what's on the social media.
Yeah,
so.
but I personally am not on it, and I don't comment on it. I don't get involved.
Do you have a secret page and keep an eye on people? Like my dad says he's not on Facebook, and he has a page that he made years ago, and he says, I don't do that crap. And yet every other phone call I have with him, he's like, why'd you post this on Facebook? Or why do you have to swear?
Well, to be honest with you, it's not my page. It's actually Chris's page.
It's my old page.
Oh, okay.
So,
but if you're looking at that, is that show related though? I mean, that's the question.
no, I use the account so I can see what's going on the CMS Facebook page.
Ah, okay. So are you not an admin on the CMS page?
Nope.
Wow.
It's just
okay.
me. It's just me, I think.
Oh, rock on. Okay.
Well, it might be me
All
on
right,
both
well,
accounts. I don't know.
Right. Well, this is
I don't even
not
know how
on the
that
topic
account
of
even
MAGA
still
hats and.
existed.
What was that?
I said, I don't even know how that account got to Neeley. I don't even remember. That's like my old account. One that somebody, I think, might have gotten me suspended from using because they put their balls on my fucking Facebook page. Wonder who that was, John.
Who does that sort of thing? That's an irresponsible act that I don't. Only a charlatan would do something like that.
Wonder who did that.
And in that person's defense, I'm sure that they thought it was funny at the time, but just wasn't aware of the Facebook, regulations that I guess something like that might get you booted. I mean, I don't know. They probably didn't mean it. So, but all right, go back to your MAGA hat and all that kind of shit. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal. Hey, John.
All right. Well, let's take a little break. Let's find out what's got under your skin this week.
All right.
And I'll tell a little story about something that actually happened today.
Okay.
That just I basically had to leave because I couldn't take it anymore.
Jeez.
So, all right. Got something you'd like to hear?
I do. I'm gonna surprise people. I'm gonna go with some Def Leppard.
Wow, really?
But I'm gonna go early Def Leppard. I want to go from On Through the Night.
Okay.
And I want you to play Answer to the Master.
Okay.
How's that?
Of all the bands that we've had on this show, we've really never had anybody from Def Leppard on here except for Vivian Campbell.
And Steve Brown, who's an occasional member.
Yeah, but he's not a member.
I know. Yeah, Viv's been on, but yeah, you know why? Because we don't even like Def Leppard,
well,
really.
Regardless if we like them or not, they just don't do interviews.
Yeah, they really don't do a lot, and when they do, it's only, LA Times. And
yeah, it's the bigger media stuff.
A Billboard or whatever.
Yep.
But that's a good song. Something different that we haven't played.
All right, Answer to the Master.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, here it is. It's Def Leppard. We're going to play a few songs. We'll be right back, and it's Answer to the Master exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.